Avighna you would have heard from her, right? From her childhood, she was an academic-oriented child, so she was more interested in studies most of the time, and she had good oratorical skills, wherein she participated in a lot of literary events. She was good at debate, elocution, declamation. So and she was more interested in pursuing things which was not just that every child would do. She always goes a little bit more and getting to know a lot of things and exploring things. So she was more experimental, and she enjoyed doing that as well. So as a parent, I always wanted to encourage her in whatever she wanted to do and however she wanted to pursue things in her life. So that's basically about her. So from her kindergarten, she was into ICSE board and now into ISC. Basically, ISC is a good academic curriculum, probably with more critical thinking and a lot of other things. But it is basically an Indian standard of education, wherein we have the examinations and syllabus and a lot of things that goes under the Indian standard of education. So that was her academic education pattern, and currently she's pursuing her Academica International Studies from her grade 9th, and this is a game changer for her. She's now getting introduced to the American curriculum, wherein it's more project driven, more on the presentation lines. They get to learn a lot of new things. So she's the standard of English is different here. And she gets to learn US history, and her aspiration is to travel to US and do her higher education there, and this education pattern is going in line with her dreams and passion as well. So that's what currently she's into. So I think we got to hear this from her school, the Grow School, Chennai. So I think that's when we got to get introduced on Academica. So Academica organized a session for the students who were interested in getting into the course. So I think most of the students of grade 8th, 9th participated in this session. I think parents were also invited to be part of the session, where they gave a complete orientation and a presentation of what this course is, how this course would add value to a student. So what are they trying to build on a student, this kind of a new curriculum. Why is this? What kind of value add students have, and how they come out of the schooling, and all this was oriented by Academica, and this really helped us to understand why we need to go into this platform of a newer education system, because it's an American based curriculum, and do we really have to go into this? So all this was oriented on the session, and we got to understand that, and Avighna was one of the few children who was interested in taking this, because she also was part of the session, and she felt why don't I try experimenting or exploring this education pattern. So she had to give an exam they had an exam conducted for scholarships. So Avighna gave the exam, and she secured 100% scholarship for this program for her 3 years of education that she's doing with Academica. The unique thing is that initially we really did not know what this is going to be and how it is going to go and everything. Okay, so what we thought was, let's take this course and see, okay, if we are able to complete this or not, or how it goes. It was like a black box for us, because now the children will get to hear from the students who are graduating how it is, how they are able to manage the curriculum. Lot of things. It was just a question in us. It was answered by probably the faculty or people who are giving us the orientation, but we've never heard it from the student. Okay, a student's perspective was unknown for us when we tried to get into this course. Okay, so what happened was I was able to see how Avighna was progressing in this course. So her feedback on the course, like she really enjoyed the curriculum. It was more online, it was more practical, and she was able to understand a lot of things in a different way, right? It was not the conventional way of education that is followed in India. It is a totally a different pattern that they adapt, and how the students were able to accommodate themselves to this curriculum, because more on the US based syllabus, and when students wanted to go and pursue their education in US, this could really add value to them, because they know how the teaching is there, what kind of pattern they follow, how are they grading, the grading system that is happening there, and they get to learn the accent from the US teachers. And they try to understand how they communicate with the children. So probably when a student move from 12th grade to a US college, they would not know how it is going to be there at all, right? Now Avighna, with 3 years of Academica, I think it's going to be very easy for her to manage her course in US. So she would know how to handle the teacher, probably she is very comfortable in their accent now. So the type of projects they give. So I think it's going to be easy for her, or I would say it's not going to be challenging for her for sure. So that way, it's made a lot of difference to her by getting into this course, I would say. So all those questions that I had, initially they sent a PDF before their orientation was done. So the PDF it generally had a complete detail on what all were they're offering and how they take it forward and everything. So when we had the presentation done by them, we were able to check with them, ask a lot of questions. They were very happy to answer to all the questions that we came up with, like as you said, we are from this board, and what is the value add when I'm going to do an additional course, because I'm already doing an full-time academic course in India. So if I'm going to do an additional course in US, it's, you name it, a dual diploma program, and what is the advantage that we have. So all those were well answered, because this is a complete different curriculum that you are going to do, and this is going to be a different, it's a completely US transcript that we would be sharing to US colleges. So you don't even require your Indian school grades to apply to US universities. So I think Academica's grades will do to apply for a US university, and your grades in Academica are much better than your Indian grades as well, right? So you know the grading system in India, to get the highest grade, it's not very easy, but in Academica, if you are really interested and you take the course very seriously and do your assignments and engagement religiously, I think you come out with very good grades, and these grades are going to be taken to your US colleges, and you'll get into very good colleges if you have top grades. Probably the one part of your selection process is going to be your school grades as well, right? If you're going to project Academica's grade, I think it would really add value to your profile, in addition to your other co-curricular and other whatever your profile you have built across. I think this would really have a greater impact on the students who are doing this. Whenever the student is giving their assignments and engagements, it comes as a percentage only to them, okay? But at the end, when they give us as a transcript, it converts to A, B, C, D and F. So generally we will not be bothered about the grading system that's happening behind, just that we'll have to do really well here. Okay, and if we are doing it good, the grades are really good here. So we don't have to think on how we do it. Like we run the race to get the grades in the Indian system. It's not like that there. Okay, you spend a logical amount of time on your assignments and engagements. I think you really come out with good grades in Academica. So that's something that you will have to do on anything that you take up. Do it sincerely and do it with passion. I think anyone could get the grades that you really dream of, is what I could say. So I think by that this system would really help them to come out of this kind of running race probably children will enjoy this grading pattern and the system, and they'll see good grades if they are doing well, and that will motivate them to take up the other courses and do really well in the next courses. So that's it. As I would say, like she really enjoyed this course. It's an additional course to her academic, her regular academics, but she was able to manage her time really well, because it's not that tedious or hectic. If you can really manage like 3 to 4 hours every week, I think this course is not very complex to do. People will say, how would I manage both the courses together? That's not very challenging. So it's just that you have some time where probably children nowadays, we see them spending a lot of time on their gadgets and spending a lot of time unproductively, right? So those time could be just put in such courses wherein this really builds their profile and adds value to their academic goals as well. So I would say, like, take your time, whatever you take it up, do it properly, and I think you could see very good results. She's planning to do her undergraduation in States, so probably we will be submitting Academica transcript for that as well, because it's a consolidated transcript. So they take it from their academics, as well as they take the transcript from our Indian grading system, and they get the credits accordingly and the grades accordingly. So that way, I think I'm really thinking she'll get into the top colleges in US. As recently she got her summer school program done in Harvard. So I should thank Academica for all that they've been supporting, and they are having an SAT prep course wherein she had used that course as an elective, and she's benefited much from that, and she's got very good SAT score as well. So I think all that is a consolidation of what she's learned from this course, I would say. So my real thanks to the team who is supporting us throughout this journey, and thanks to everyone who's part of this journey as well.